Okay, this is going to be today's video review for Thursday, August the 13th for Drummond Energy Bands. Please read our trading disclaimer. Today, if you're just joining us, we're looking at a larger chart frame to have a look at the chart cycles. As we're coming into today, we've noticed that we draw a crest of resistance here. You'll notice here on this chart, when our white dotted line hooks down, we draw crests of resistance. You'll see over here our white dotted line hooks up, so we draw a valley of support. But we have a couple of levels of resistance coming into the day, and you can see how we just tag this one here. As you can see this upper energy band coming down here, when we crack below here, you can notice that the energy band right here, this is of the 30,000 tick charts lower energy band, starts to get accumulated. In other words, buyers are stepping in, and under this condition here of the 150,000 ticks lower energy band, we're in an exhaust condition, so we're expecting price to come back to this white dotted line here as a minimum, which we've just done. And you'll also realize that as we come up, we actually came up as far as this resistance level, which also is the 150,000 upper energy band right here, which is, becomes strong resistance. So at this point we would ask ourselves, is this thick white dotted line, our midline, is it pushing up right now? And we would monitor that as our trade chart came down here. We certainly have cycled from the upper energy band on the 150,000 tick, and we're coming back to the lower 150,000 ticks energy band, depending upon what takes place at the 150,000 ticks midline. So that's the larger cycle. Of course, we have two other cycles that we're looking at, which is the left chart's upper energy band, shown here and here. This is the 6,000 tick, and then we've drawn 5 times that, the 30,000 ticks upper energy band, drawn here and of course drawn down here. So we're looking at the cycle inside of there. So if this white dotted line here is not pushing up, we have an expectation for price to come back down to this level here at approximately 44.90, and you'll see that it's setting up right now for what we call a power mid trade, meaning the white dotted mid for this 30,000 tick energy band chart frame overlay is creating a area of support that would be strong to push up. Of course, our trade chart on the right would determine that, but currently we have an expectation for price to get down to here. So you'll notice here on the left chart with the green arrows pointing, that's pointing to the midline of the 6,000 tick, and this is it drawn right here on the trade chart. This is a V reversal, and it's one of our lower probability setups. It's still very attractive for traders to take, but using this kind of a V reversal, red brick close after tagging it up here, definitely could be done. You can see how the energy is bouncing up off of this thick white midline here of the 150,000 tick, and the 6,000 tick mid is saying that it's not pushing up, because if it was, it would go a lot higher than here, and potentially if it did get even up to here, we would see signs that the 6,000 ticks lost its push. But for now, we could see that the 6,000 ticks midline was definitely pushing down. Let's talk about this pink line up here on the left chart. I know it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and most people are sleeping, of course, here in the eastern or central time periods. But that crest of resistance that's drawn here at about 53, 54, we'll say, what is taking place is price is now above this upper energy band. What upper energy band? This is the 150,000 ticks upper energy band. So as we go up, price is exhausting. It's having a very difficult time moving up, and it's running into this crest of resistance. This crest of resistance is where some significant sellers stepped into the market yesterday, and they can potentially, define their position once again at this approximate same price point. Now, it didn't work out to the tick, but what you see is you're seeing energy, the dots moving, above our solid white line, very strong up into it, V reversing down back to the top here, getting a refresh, trying again, very strong dots, exhausting, refreshing back down here to the top of the 150,000 ticks upper energy band. Now what takes place next is our famous weak dot push, right? In through here, we've got crests, and if I start even drawing the crest here, what you're going to see is you're going to see the dots. Let me just sync the dots are weak, right? They're below this solid white midline, and as they come into this crest of resistance, you can see our upper yellow is down, upper yellow down, upper yellow is down. So even as the dots push up into the crest, look at the tops of our bricks right here, on this bar and on this bar. Tops of the bricks are going flat to down. That's telling us that this energy that's coming up out of this upper energy band of the 150,000 tick has lost its push up. So we have an expectation to go back to its midline. That's that white thick dotted line. Let's have a look at that now. So if we turn our attention to the left chart, our expectation is for price to come back down to this level. This is about 25. So let's just follow it along here. So as we come back, price oscillates around. This is the upper energy band for the 150,000 tick. It's lost its push up, right? So see even here, as it tries to push up, this is another one of our weak dot pushes in through here. See, I'm drawing a crest of resistance, but what we're using is this top of the energy band. Look at the dots. They're weak. Upper yellow's down. Dots push up into the upper top of the 150,000 ticks upper energy band. As soon as they get across, look at what the bricks do. The tops of the bricks go flat to down. It's confirming this big, thick 150,000 ticks upper energy band is down. Then it tries one last time, and you can see right here the energy is starting to get weak dot pushes again to a little bit higher of a crest. But again, we're now still thinking this upper energy band that I'm pointing to here of 150,000 ticks going to go down. So eventually we come down, and our target is at about 25. So we eventually come down. This is our target here. I've drawn it here. Let me bring it in. So essentially, there it is. Price is going up into another weak dot push. This time it's inside, another push from the mid, back up into the 150,000 ticks upper energy band. It's down. If the mid can't push up, then we're going to go lower than the mid, this thick white dotted line. And you can see that the mid here on the 30,000 tick, it's pushing down. That's what tells us that is the case. So since we started this video and editing it, things have changed a little bit. You can see our power mid disappeared, and our lower energy band of the 30,000 tick has moved higher, and you can see the mid is below. That's no longer a power mid, but this is a strong level of support at about 45.05. Okay, and you can see it coming in right here on the right chart at 45.05. What I want to draw your attention to is I want to draw your attention to the right chart. The pink down arrow, this is the thick white mid line. This is 150,000 ticks energy band. Pushing down, look at how the 6,000 ticks lower energy band starting to hold a support. Pushes it back again, down, holding again as support. So right now you've got the energy of the 6,000 fighting the energy of the 150,000 tick. Who's going to win? Well, the bottom line is if you're going to take a short, you'd want to be taking a short up here or here. And if you see our weak dot pushes setting up down here, this is where you want to take a buy, but you have to keep in mind this is a strong area of resistance. Just as if you're taking a buy down here from a weak dot push, you're going to have to monitor it. The concept is very, very simple. We're looking for cycles of energy, and we have very strong projected levels or leans of support and resistance. So if you're interested in learning any further, my email is jb@drummondenergybands.com, and thank you very much for listening.